My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe knows South Lake. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday. Happy cold South Lake morning. Man, winter has come. I'm so grateful for it. But you know what? Doesn't look like it's going to stick around for long. I think we're supposed to be in the 80s for Christmas Day. Not looking forward to that, I'll tell you what. I like it cold at Christmas. Don't you, Jay? Don't you like it when it's cold at Christmas?
I do like it when it's cold on Christmas. And 80 is a little warm.
It is a little warm. Hey, here's the thing.
That's a little warm for a winter holiday.
You know, I am a transplanted Floridian, right? So I'm not from here, but I've been here long enough that I'm now a Floridian. I've been engrafted into the soil. I miss snow literally for about 12 seconds on Christmas morning when I first opened that thing, but then I'm grateful that I live in Florida and I'm not dealing with snow and slush and all the other things that come with it. Look, if you've ever had like your heater go out on Christmas Eve or your stove blow out on Christmas Eve and you can't get anyone, not because it's Christmas Eve, but because there's so much snow on the ground, you'll realize you really appreciate Florida. So really, weather's, I kind of like it. Had the windows cracked open just a little bit. Miss Pat wasn't real happy with that, but I threw on another blanket and she was fine. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? Well, today is National Hard Candy Day, so we're going to mention that. I want to talk a little bit about abundance and one of the really kind of cool signals of it for America. I'm going to share some of the traditions in my family about stockings. And we're going to talk about Hallmark Christmas movies. Yes, that's right, ladies. Pull up your chair. Don't know if we'll make you laugh. I might make you mad if you like these things. I'm not a big fan. And then we're going to talk about a couple of things going on the community station is covering. Really getting ready to wind up and do our reset season, Christmas and New Year's. But I'll talk about that at the end of the show. So we're going to hear from our sponsors. And when we get back, we'll get started. See you in a minute.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Justin.
We would just like to wish you a very happy holiday from your CBD store, Claremont.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Fifty West now pre-leasing 28,900 square feet of commercial, professional office space in Claremont. Conveniently located on Highway 50, less than 2 miles from the Turnpike. A first of its kind in the Southeast, this pristine building creates the perfect blend of nature and modern design. If you seek a high-level image that matches your business, reserve your space today. 50 West, unique, quality, Class A. For more information on leasing, contact Ashley Pun at 407-403-4165, Karen Arlano at 407-948-0767, or visit lease@50west.com.
Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors. And welcome back. Love to hear from our sponsors again. One of the things that I am most grateful for on my daily basis as I'm moving into next year is my sponsors. And at the end of the show, we're going to talk how you can become one of them and help support all the community programs that the station gives out and that we don't charge in the community. So we could use your sponsorship, and so could all the programs that we benefit. All right. Hard Candy Day. I don't know. Do you like hard candy, Jay? Fan of hard candy?
I got my mic turned down. Yes, I do like hard candy. what would you have you ever had a lemon head before?
Yeah.
Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Would you classify that as a hard candy?
Do you know?
I don't know if I would or not.
It's too.
It's one of my
chewy.
favorite.
It's
too chewy,
too chewy
to be a hard candy.
And actually, historically, in researching this, lemon drops were actually the first hard candy
Really?
because it was easy to add lemon juice to boiled sugar, and that's basically what hard candy. One of the things that delineates hard candy from other types of candy, it's 100% sugar that has been boiled to, I believe, 360 degrees, 320. I don't know. You have to check your cookbook for that. But it's boiled for a certain amount of time. Candy, sugar goes through certain stages when you boil it. And hard candy is basically boiled sugar, sugar that's boiled, sugar and water that's boiled down. And it's basically a chemistry experiment with flavors and colorings added. Lemon drops were the first one. Lemon drops and peppermint were the first ones, which is one of the reasons why, because sugar was so expensive historically, till America came along, peppermint candies were associated with Christmas because it was something very, very special treat. Peppermint was an easy flavoring to produce 400 or 500 years ago. Anyways, hard candy. I'm a big fan of it.
What's your favorite?
My favorite at Christmas time. My favorite are those little hard candies with the centers. You probably see them. Every grandmother seemed to have a dish of them.
They just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's like got raspberries and mints but they always, a lot of them have this little hard center. I'm a real fan of the, they call them peach something or other. The outside is kind of spun and peachy, and then the inside a little peanut butter center. My wife's favorite is the ribbon candy at Christmas that you have a hard time finding the rest of the year. It really spun it. Everybody knows what ribbon candy is. And, of course, I love me a good candy cane, especially now that they produce them in fruit flavors, because I can get overwhelmed with peppermint. So how about you?
I'm going to go with Jolly Rancher. I'm a good Jolly Rancher fan.
Yeah.
That's not a Christmas one, but that's if
that's
it's
a hard candy.
National Hard Candy Day. I would say Jolly Rancher is probably the top for me.
I actually used to live. I used to live literally blocks from the Jolly Rancher factory in Denver many years ago, and man, I'll tell you what, you just had to go buy them because you'd smell that cooking, and the smells were just as good. It wasn't one of those industries that had a bunch of bad smells. All right, that's enough about hard candy. We're going to talk about abundance. One of the cool things, I was talking to Jay the other day and some friends of mine that, we live in such a job market that on one day earlier this week, I saw 2 sign spinners locally in different places. It wasn't for the same business. And the sign they were spinning was help wanted. And it struck me that ironic that a business would need the job rate, the unemployment rate is so low that a business would pay somebody to spin a sign to get other people to come in and apply.
And that brings up one interesting thing. Joe, have you seen the guy that spins the sign over, I'm forgetting what the shopping plaza is even referred to now. It used to be the original Publix on Highway 50. Now it's the CF Fitness.
Yep.
Do you know?
I think that's called the Sunshine Plaza.
Sunshine Plaza. Have you seen the guy that spins?
I've seen him. I love him. He's there every day.
He's there every day, and the jacket that he wears is like pink. Because it used to be red. Like that thing is like. If anybody knows him, I would like to bring him in to Joe Knows South Lake. Please refer him to us, please. I would love to get him on the show. Just as I would like to hear some stories about what he's seen in the time that he's been on Highway 50 spinning that sign. And
you know what, we could work on that for next year, because I'll tell you, he's there
rain,
every day. Yeah. Cold, hot, he's there. So
yeah.
We're going to talk about abundance today, and I've been following some of these stories on Facebook, and I got a call yesterday from somebody through my chamber connections, and apparently there is an overage of toys that have been donated for needy families. So here's what happened. They've had extra donations this year, but they also have far less families on the rolls. And I've done some research about this, and it turns out that people who for years were unemployed or underemployed are suddenly employed and paying their bills, and they're giving back. So what they're running into now is is people who they have so many toys and they want them to go to a good place and they want to get them into the right hands for Christmas, and it's a big struggle for organizations like Toys for Tots, through the Marine Corps, Elks and Lions and all of these Kiwanis, all of these guys that do all this charitable stuff. I know we had Jerry Ash on, and they're having a hard time finding enough heads for the helmets that were donated for him. People just donating. And I just think that's a cool thing. Whatever you think about politics and the economy and the way things are going, and, we won't get into this whole impeachment thing and all of that. I just really think that it's really, really cool that Americans have come from the place we were in 2010, 11, and 12, where people were living 4 generations in a single household, to now where people are so abundant that at Christmas time, we have literally more than enough. In the Bible, when the Bible refers to wealth, especially in the Old Testament, that was the definition of the word wealth, more than I need. I just think that that's something to be grateful for. And I know that I'm grateful to live in a country, in a place where we can be at that spot. And it's not just that people don't need the toys. We have an overabundance because they're giving back. Here on Joe Knows South Lake, we always talk about how life is not about you. It's about those that you can serve and bless. And I think this is just a really good example of it. And since we're not going to be on for a couple of weeks, I wanted to mention it today. So, all right, stockings. You have a Christmas stocking tradition in your house, Jay?
Yes, we stuff them.
You stuff them.
Full of presents.
Full of presents.
I got a weird tradition in my family, though. I don't even know if I want to share
it.
Come
on.
It's stupid, though. It's
kind
of dumb. All right, so I don't even want to now. There was one year that do you like corn, Joe?
Yeah, I like corn.
Do you like cream corn?
Yeah, I like cream corn.
The first time, this was many, many, many years ago. I was very foreign to cream corn, and I had it one dinner and I thought it was amazing. I'd had corn before, but I'd never had cream corn. Well, I kept talking about it so much, like, when are we gonna have this? Like, I actually got cream corn in my stocking.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I still get it every year. So
it's become the
this
family
weird
joke.
tradition that's like, it's like a joke. Usually the stockings are more for the gag gifts in my family. Like, it's useful stuff.
Yeah.
It's like traditional stuff, and it's like gag things, like just things that'll make you laugh. But what's funny is some of the stuff that's in the stocking ends up getting used way more than the stuff that I actually get as presents. So
because it ends up being more practical, right?
Right, exactly. So the stockings are more traditional and funny gag kind of things in our family.
Do you know, in my family, and I'll tell you the tradition. When I was a kid, right, you weren't allowed to touch any presents under the tree. Right? But you could open your stocking. And it took me years until I became a parent to realize there was a method to that madness. Right? We were allowed to open the stockings because Dad had to get his eyes open. Mom wanted to cook a little breakfast. We had to get the coffee. Everybody had to get situated. Mom would make us brush our teeth and wash our face and all that stuff. You're still in your jammies, but you had to be like ready once Christmas. And in my family, they took a long time to open presents. It was like sit there and watch each person, and it's not a pass. And now my wife's tradition was different. In her house, she had 4 kids, we had 2, and so in her house, everybody got a present, go, all open at the same time. Everybody gets a present, go, all open at the same time. It wasn't like that in my house. So when I became an adult, because I was blending two traditions, my wife wanted to tear into her presents. And I was like, that ain't Christmas. You can't tear into the presents till everybody. So my wife is, I love Miss Pat. Miss Pat is so smart. Well, so our first Christmas, knowing that we couldn't tear into our presents and her not wanting to wait for me to see what she had gotten me, she gets me this huge stocking and stuffed a bunch of presents in there. Well, Miss Pat's all about the wrapping. My mom never wrapped stocking stuff. There might be one stocking stuffer wrap, but Miss Pat wraps it all. Well, this gave us a series of years, because it was a few years before we had any children, where the stocking was literally as big as we were. One year we had like 5-foot stockings for each other because we didn't want to wait for my parents because they take a long time to get ready. So when I became a kid, when I became an adult and ended up with a bunch of parents, we've done the same thing. And that's actually still one of our traditions. Now, the more kids we have, those stockings got big. And then those stockings, the more children we had, those stockings got smaller and smaller till they were a normal one. And so today we put out stockings, not just for our children, but anybody that's attached to our family. We started when they were teenagers, putting out for girlfriends and boyfriends. And the stockings have really become a sign of me and Miss Pat's Christmas spirit and our love for the people in our life and around us. So, if you guys have a Christmas tradition, a stocking tradition, let us know. Put it in the comments. We'd love to hear it. I'll talk about it after the Christmas break. But I'd love to see some of that stuff.
I got a couple fun ones for you, Joe.
I see you're queuing them up, man.
So, I love memes. Memes are the best thing of social media. And they're a recent phenomenon. Do you remember memes when we were growing up, Joe? I don't.
No,
remember
we didn't
memes,
have social media, Jay.
Now kids have. Now kids have memes. So
look, dude.
This is the traditional.
My phones were attached to a wall.
Right,
all of them.
This is the traditional, like every mom on Christmas, while you open up that gift that they swore they wasn't going to get you. This kid looks. This meme, but
he's got the face.
He's got the face that the mom has while they're watching the kids open the presents. But I went a step further for you this year, Joe. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Here we go.
Hit me.
There you go, Baby Yoda. Every mom on Christmas morning watching you open.
It's true. You like it, baby? It's so true.
Little Mandalorian action there.
Little Mandalorian. I'm still amazed at that story about Disney losing 10 points on their stock one day when that, like, immediately within announcing that they weren't going to have the Baby Yodas to market for Christmas. I was like, come on, man.
Yep.
Now, what is amazing to me is that I was in, I think it was McDonald's the other day. There are Baby Yodas in the Happy Meals. So I'm wondering, how do they get Baby Yodas in a Happy Meal? It's a choice.
Really?
How do you get a Baby Yoda? It was McDonald's or Burger. It was someplace, but they had the Baby Yodas. I'm thinking, well, how does Disney not be able to bring the dolls in, but these Happy Meals have Baby Yodas? Who was it? Somebody was celebrating the release of the new movie or something like that. See if you can find them. I'm just amazed
I'm
at
gonna have
it.
to look that up. I don't know.
I can remember I was sitting there eating my whatever I was eating and thinking, this just doesn't seem to make sense.
I'm gonna have to look into that, Joe.
All right, you look into that.
Give me a second. Oh yeah, there's a Happy Meal. Hold on, let me pull this up.
Oh, maybe that's not a Baby Yoda. Maybe that's a Yoda for a kid. Yeah,
that's just a Yoda.
I see. I didn't have my glasses on. That's just a Yoda. Looks like a Baby Yoda from
I was
a
gonna
distance.
say,
I
think we would have heard about that.
Yeah,
that'd have been like the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
But even still, they were able to do that for a Yoda. You couldn't change that mold to baby it up a little bit.
Yeah, I am surprised they were behind the curve on that.
Yeah. It seems like a thing, Oh, we didn't want to release didn't want to lose the impact. And I'm like, come on, it's just a television show, man. It's you should have taken the chance. You made $1 billion. It would have been the hot toy of the year. You couldn't have kept them in the stores.
I gotta tell you, Joe, I got a beef with the Mandalorian though.
What?
The release schedule is a little. Aren't they just kind of like releasing an episode like whenever they feel like it?
Every Friday.
Is it every Friday?
It's every Friday, man.
So there's a new one coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, that's right. They actually dump it after midnight, so if you want to sit up, you can see it. They understand they're Star Wars fans.
So it's not tonight at midnight. It's Friday.
No, Thursday night. Tonight at midnight. At midnight into Friday. Of course, a lot of those Star Wars fans, they're going to be waiting in line for all the late showings of the new Star Wars movie. There are theaters in there's theaters in the Central Florida, Orlando area that are doing showings at as late as 2:30 a.m.
And they'll be sold out too.
They'll be sold out.
It's the Mandalorian though. I gotta tell you, has really kind of taken me away from the original story. I'm so locked in on what's going on with Mando and Baby Yoda that I've totally forgotten.
Well, you got
that
to
there's movies coming out.
understand where
Well,
it
see, I
falls.
know that's why it's so interesting to me, is because it's way, way, way before
No, it is
any of the other
it
stuff
comes
that we've
between
seen.
episode 3 and 4. No, it comes between episode 6 and 7. The Mandalorian comes between episode 6 and 7.
You sure?
Yep.
Wait, six was A New Hope, though, right? That's the first one.
No, 4 was A New Hope. So it was 4, 5, 6 was the first ones released. Now, episode 4 was the first one released.
But Yoda died in,
Yoda dies
6.
in 6.
so it couldn't be before.
It
between
can't be
7.
that Yoda. That's something else. That's Yoda is dead, and now you have Baby Yoda. It's between.
Wait, so Baby Yoda's not actually Yoda later on in life? Oh, man.
No.
My mind is totally blown now.
No,
Wow.
that's a whole side story, man. All right.
I'm totally lost on this one now.
I know I'm looking forward to it, you know, and the truth is that my wife and I just by accident established a thing of taking the kids out. I can remember when the kids were small, waking them up, coming home and waking them up and saying, hey, we're going to go see Star Wars. And it was like a school night. And I was the coolest dad in the entire world. Didn't matter what else I had done. I was waking my kids up, you know, to go see an 11 o'clock movie, you know, when they were in like 3rd grade.
So that's not Yoda?
That's not Yoda. That's another Yoda creature.
Dude, my
Same
mind
race.
is totally blown
That's not
right now.
Yoda.
Oh my gosh.
See, they call it Baby Yoda because they don't know what the name is.
Well, that's really misleading. That was way before. Oh my!
I have
gosh.
a lot of Star Wars freak fans in my circle. My daughter could tell you literally like the history of all the characters, and you know. This is freaking him out so bad. He's got to pull this up.
I gotta look this
on
up
the
now.
computer.
We'll have to go to commercial break.
Go to commercial. Hey, look, when we get back, we'll report the answer to this question.
Hopefully.
And
I
we're
gotta
going to
get
talk
some
about
clarity.
We're going to talk about Hallmark Christmas movies. And once again, these are some of my favorite movies to hate. So we are going to we're going to bring it to you. And we might even throw in some of the Lifetime movies as well. All based around Christmas, you know, 672 characters, 4 locations, 1 storyline. So we'll see you in a minute. We're going to hear from the sponsors. Be right back. Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors.
Burgerum, located in the Epic Theater Shopping Plaza on Highway 27, is the premier destination for gourmet burgers. Using only the freshest ingredients, Burgerum offers a variety of burgers, salads, wings, and a whole lot more. Beef, chicken, lamb, fish, and even veggie. Burgerum has something for everyone, no matter your dietary preference. Burgerum, millions of possibilities, endless combinations.
Welcome to Erica's Tea Room. Located in the heart of downtown Claremont, this specialty tea shop offers a traditional high tea experience that can be enjoyed with family and friends. While here, you can choose from over 100 teas from all over the world, and a multitude of teapots are available for purchase. Join us for lunch or choose from one of our special evening events. Call to make a reservation. Erica's Tea Room, making memories with every cup.
50 West, pre-leasing now in Claremont. A first-of-its-kind commercial development in the Southeast. Contact us today to reserve your spot in this historic development. 50 West, unique, quality, Class A. For more information on leasing, contact Ashley Punn at 407-403-4165. Karen Arlano at 407-948-0767. Or visit lease@50west.com.
Hello, I'm Mary Rhodes with the Mortgage Firm, your local mortgage lender. I've helped thousands of families achieve the dream of homeownership in Lake County, and I would love to help you. Our team has over 30 years of experience helping first-time homebuyers, veterans, move-up buyers, seasoned investors, and more. Please read our reviews and visit us at mortgagefirmpros.com.
Hello, my name is Michael Singh with Singh Insurance and Financial Services. Our goal is to build trust based on a clear understanding of how your insurance policy protects you, your family, and even your business. When was the last time you took a good hard look at your insurance coverage? Would you be open to the possibility of reviewing your policy with me? One review of your policy can save you valuable time and money. Call me today to set up a review of what may be available to you.
Are you tired of having drugs or alcohol ruin your life? Do you need to get off pain pills but still maintain pain relief? My office in Tavares has programs to help you. While not covered by insurance, program fees are affordable. My name is Alan Zupkin. I'm board certified and have helped thousands of patients achieve these goals. Please call me for further information.
Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors. Welcome back. Okay, I love hearing from the sponsors, but we're having fun today. You guys know how much I love you, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not using our sponsors, shame on you. They are supporting all the programs that we are doing here to benefit the community, and they're all good at what they do. Burger Inn, Dr. Zubkin, Erica's Tea Room, Mary at the mortgage firm, Mike out with the insurance and financial service, all of them. They're absolutely amazing, and they're well priced. So get out there and use them. Okay, we got the answer to this question. Jay's mind has been blown.
I'm still struggling, Joe. So the Mandalorian showrunner confirms Baby Yoda is not actually Yoda. So
Right.
I thought this was all a big prequel series, and this was watching Yoda grow up to become what we know as Yoda, but no. That is not the case. This whole Mandalorian series starts 6 years after, where was it at here? 6 years after Return of the Jedi. So, and Yoda died in the sixth one.
Right.
So
right.
it's not, I'm really.
So here's the cool part. One of the things I like about it is they keep bringing in, or at least they brought in what I suspect is to be two people who were Jedi Knights, but they're undercover. They're hiding because they're criminals now. Because all the Jedis were killed.
All right, we got to talk about this, Joe.
Okay.
We're way off topic at this point, but I mean, I got to get this. I got
all right.
to work this out for me. One of the things that's weird about there's a new Star Wars coming out, and this is supposed to be the last one, right?
Right.
So, do you think, with this newfound information that we have now, do you think Yoda will make an appearance in that somehow?
I don't know.
Or
I
new
don't
Baby
know.
Yoda,
I
whatever
would
they
not
call
be
him.
surprised if Baby Yoda now, it's 20 years later, is something else. Maybe it's not Yoda. Maybe it's Coda.
Because in The Mandalorian, he's supposed to be 50 years old at this point.
Yeah, he's 50 years old. Okay, which is young for a Yoda. Remember, the last Yoda was like 900 years old. He was like Methuselah, right? So this Yoda is not even a teenager yet. Okay, I would not be surprised if there is some discovery in the movie that trains the next level of Jedi, because they've been doing this whole thing in the movie series about how the Jedi Order needs to change. And part of the problem is they were trying to recreate it, and it didn't need to be recreated. The Force is this changing thing.
Yeah, I don't know. This is all just wild news to me, because I was thinking that this Baby Yoda was actually Baby Yoda, but it's a Yoda type creature, but not actually Yoda. So I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm
Here's
going
the thing about
to watch all 4 or 5 episodes over again.
The whole franchise, I think the Mandalorian is a great thing for the franchise. They made the 2 side movies. They did Solo and they did Rogue One. Rogue One was far better a movie than Solo. I didn't like where they went with the young Solo character. I think there was I frankly think that the financial motivation was far more than telling the next part of the story. And this is one of the reasons Star Wars was so amazing, was George Lucas was just telling a good story, right? And I mean, he was he had to figure out a lot of this technology before it existed. I mean, you know, the original lightsaber battles was him and another guy scratching the actual film frame by frame to make the lightsaber battles look right. This is before digital technology and all of that. So, and there has been some word that they're not going to make any more of those movies because it's not holding up to the quality of the films and everything. But I would hope that something like The Mandalorian shows that if they have a good story to tell, that they can move it on. And I think that actually Disney owning the franchise now, I think that bodes well for the franchise. I could see several shows or movies jetting off of this. And, you know, frankly, those of us that are Star Wars and science fiction fans, if they do it right, we'd love to see a movie a year. You know, and we would pay through the nose and go see them multiple times. We'll buy it when it comes down on digital, you know. Anyways, that's my take. Okay. Changing back to topic. Hallmark Christmas movies. All right. Miss Pat and I made fun of Miss Pat for years because when Christmas comes and these movies come on, she is planted. This is her default, are these movies. And they started doing Christmas in July, and she does them there too. So Jay's going to do something here. Let's do what Jay has queued up first.
All right, Joe. So this list is the best, or the 9 best Hallmark Christmas movies to watch this holiday season. Have you seen Right Before Christmas?
Yes.
All right, your take.
Well, my take on all of them is...
How many stars would you give?
How many stars? A half a star.
Half a star for Right Before Christmas. All right, moving on. Christmas Under the Stars.
Same half a star.
Same half a star. This has Jesse Metcalfe and Autumn Reeser.
Yeah, do you know who they are?
No.
Yeah, neither does anybody else that doesn't watch soap operas.
And somehow Vincent Chase from Entourage is in Christmas at Graceland. I can't get over.
Christmas at Graceland, Home for the Holidays. There are several Christmas at Graceland.
Really?
This is Home for the Holidays. Subtitle.
Did you ever watch Entourage?
No, I didn't. I take it back. I watched like one episode.
Okay, it's hard to see Vincent Chase.
Yeah,
it's hard to see that. So.
Well, you know, a lot of these guys, they're on soap operas, and you can tell the reason they're on soap operas is that they can't act.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't act any better in these movies, so the simple plot lines work for them. Okay, that's a half a star. What's next?
Half a star. No, so far we're 3 deep, and no one's actually accumulated a full star
yet.
Yeah,
so half a star.
Marion Bright.
I haven't seen that one, but I can tell you from the picture, half a star.
Okay. Christmas Duet.
Yep. Half a star.
Seriously, Joe?
Actually, go back to Christmas Duet. Miss Pat likes that one.
1.
So
we can get a full star?
We'll give it a full star because Miss Pat likes it.
Christmas in Rome.
Okay. Again, a half a star.
What's the plot?
Joe's perspective.
What's the plot line here? Are they having Christmas in Rome?
Well, they have Christmas in a town called Rome. It's snowy. It's Vermont or Michigan or New Hampshire, someplace. Either the boy or the girl has a corporate job from the city. They've got to make a choice whether they're going to leave the city or come back. They're usually there because they thought they're going to lose a job or their position. At some point, they fall in love and they're going to stay, and then they get that call that their dream job just came through. Gotcha. So they're going to go back to the city. Yeah, that's all the same plot.
All right, so just so we're on the same page, Right Before Christmas, half a star. Christmas Under the Stars, half a star. Vinny Chase and
half a star.
Christmas at Graceland, half a star. Marion Bright, never seen it, but we're going to give it half a star. Christmas Duet, Miss Pat likes it, 1 star. Christmas in Rome.
That's going to get a full star because Miss Pat likes it.
Full star. All right, Christmas Town.
This one actually isn't bad, very smarmy, same plot line, but they pull it off a little bit better because they don't pretend to be anything other than what they are.
So a full star?
We'll give them a full star.
Are we getting close to a 2-star? Anything? No?
Nope. Not even that one.
A Christmas Love Story. And this has Scott Wolf and Kristen Chenoweth. Wow,
here's the thing.
Actually have some names.
The title of this one is a lie because they're all a Christmas love story. All 792 of them.
This one, I just from the picture, I'm already going to say this is probably a quarter star. But number 9, Double Holiday.
Yep.
Quarter star.
Yeah.
So if you want to check out any of Joe's favorite Christmas movies, go to the TV Guide section and type in Hallmark.
So I am going to warn you, if you have testosterone running through your veins, you're going to be about 5 minutes into this movie and go, no way, man. Do you really find this entertaining? And what you're going to do is look over at the lady in your life, and she is going to be holding a box of tissues and dabbing at her ears because she's already been sucked in. All right, Miss Pat. Now, my wife and my daughter Jennifer are both into these movies. Christmas in July happens. It's a month. They play all these movies. She watches it. They start playing these movies. I think they start playing them like November 15th. But in our house, the rule is there's nothing on TV. If Miss Pat wants to watch a Christmas movie, that's what's getting watched. And she's seen them all several times. So let's see. Now Miss Pat has a breakdown. One of the reasons she loves it. Again, they're all the same storyline, and here comes the outline. Straight from Miss Pat. Boy meets girl. Boy likes girl. Girl hates boy. Boy does sweet things, usually out of his own nature. And by the way, usually the girl is the one with the corporate job coming in from the city, and the boy is some really down-to-earth guy that she runs into some sort of conflict with that is just stupid. So boy does sweet things. Girl likes boy. Girl gets jealous. Usually because boy's ex comes in. There's some misunderstanding. Boy hates girl. Girl flirts with boy. They kiss. All is well. The end. We're gonna go. That's Miss Pat's breakdown. We're gonna go to commercial break, and when we come back, I have my own breakdown on this. So we'll talk about that when we get back. See you in a second. Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors.
West, now pre-leasing 28,900 square feet of commercial, professional office space in Claremont. Conveniently located on Highway 50, less than 2 miles from the Turnpike. A first of its kind in the Southeast, this pristine building creates the perfect blend of nature and modern design. If you seek a high-level image that matches your business, reserve your space today. 50 West, unique, quality, Class A. For more information on leasing, contact Ashley Pun at 407-403-4165. Karen Arlano at 407-948-0767. Or visit lease@50west.com.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Justin.
We would just like to wish you a very happy holiday from your CBD store, Claremont.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors. And welcome back. Thanks to the sponsors once again. Jay's mind is over here still blown about the Yoda thing. I might have to get him into some counseling, some movie counseling. So we'll talk about that later. Okay, so my take on this: boy meets girl, boy loves girl, girl hates boy, girl loves boy, misunderstanding. Girl hates boy. Girl has revelation. Boy loves girl. Girl loves boy. It all gets wrapped up for Christmas and everybody loves each other. The things that are common about these movies and undeniable is turtlenecks. Usually cute little turtlenecks worn by women. If a guy's wearing a turtleneck, he's studly. Fat people, you won't find any unless they need some plucky comic relief. So if the girl owns a diner and they need some plucky comic relief, she's going to have a chunky waitress or a chunky hostess or a chunky best friend. Locations, they're all going to be in some snowy small town, typically New England, but some of the others have started to go more towards the Midwest. There's always going to be snow. And at some point, when everybody's dressed up for the final Christmas ball, some main character is going to walk in the snow in high heels. It doesn't even look like real snow. It's fake snow. I'm not buying it. Open-toed high heels in Michigan on Christmas Eve in 3 feet of snow just ain't happening. The final thing is the way they decorate for Christmas. Every house in the town, every office, every location is decorated like they had a $12,000 budget and a team of professional decorators. Well, they did, the Hallmark Channel. But most of us don't decorate like that. All right. I hate these movies. I don't hate them. I just don't buy them. I love watching my wife love them. But if it were up to me, if Joe was alone for a holiday season, God forbid, please, never. But if I was alone for a holiday season, I would never, ever, ever, even by accident, if nothing else was on, watch one of these. Okay, look, we're going to wrap up here, but we got some really important stuff to talk to you about. I just want to announce that we are not going to be broadcasting live for the next 2 weeks. Starting on Monday, Jay and I both have need some family time. We need to recharge. We need to plan and get set, instill some systems to make the station better, to make the show better. So you can still see programming. We're going to rerun an awful lot of our good stuff, our clips, our shows, our basketball and football games.
We have parades, too.
We have parades we're going to be showing. So there will be programming the whole 2 weeks. So if you want something on the set while you're cooking the day before Christmas or on Christmas Day, New Year's Day, you want something other than the politics you're going to see all over the TV, switch over to South Lake TV. We will have what you need to know about our community, and it's all positive. Okay, tomorrow, we're actually having a very special show. We are live streaming for the city of Claremont Police Department. Boy, that was a tongue twister. Something that they call Heroes and Helpers Shopping Event. Now, this is similar to Shop with a Cop. I'm going to let Jay talk about it. He just pulled the graphic up, I'm sure.
Sure, and if you've had a chance to watch Positive Vibes with host Stephanie Harris from New Beginnings, she had on Officer Cologne. This is also Sergeant Draper is very much a part of this. Every year, the police officers and the police department of Claremont have pooled their resources and raised a bunch of money where they're actually going to take some kids to Claremont and actually take them shopping. Kids that they've identified throughout the year that are really good kids and they just want to help out and give them a little extra something special for Christmas. So we have worked it out where we will actually be at Target live tomorrow while all these kids go shop. We're going to interview some cops. We're going to interview some kids. We're going to interview some parents, even some representatives from Target. It's amazing. I'm probably going to bump into my wife because she pretty much lives at Target through the Christmas season. So her and her wolf pack of mothers that as soon as they drop off the kids in the morning, they all herd together towards Target and go shopping. So if you are at Target tomorrow with your wolf pack, stop by and say hello. So we're going to be live. And also I want to mention a couple other things real quick, Joe.
Well, what time are we going to be there, Jay? Let them know.
Yes, tomorrow this all starts. The police officers will start arriving around 8 to 8:30. The kids will start shopping around 9. We'll probably go live somewhere around 8:30, 9 o'clock. We'll probably be there for about an hour to do some shopping and interviews and stuff like that. So it'll be fun. So if you want to stop by and say hello to us, we'll be there.
Okay, so on that note, I want to say too, Chief Broadway and Sergeant Draper and Officer Cologne all have this covered. This is not an event that we need a lot of volunteers for, so please don't show up thinking you're going to work. If you want to come by and say hello, we'd love to catch you. We'd love to put a hug on you.
No,
but
we're just all hanging out.
Yeah, we're hanging out. These guys are doing an amazing job, and they've got plenty of people working. What we want to make sure is we don't get in their way, but come on by, say hello. We love you, but you don't have to come out, ready to sweat or lift things.
And I also want to give a big shout out to Larry Oskin, who has I've met with him a couple times. He's a great photojournalist, and he's clued us into this amazing Florida Lakes Symphony Orchestra. They have a great thing going on. I do want to make sure that I mention this because he sent me a couple of flyers, and we haven't had a chance to really spend as much time as we want to on promoting this, but there's Lake County has a symphony orchestra, so you can go to FloridaLakesSymphonyOrchestra.com, check out some information about their concert series. You can purchase tickets. They have some great shows coming up in January.
I have been working on getting the director in here for an interview. It just, they had so much going on with the holidays. It's been hard to schedule, but we are working on bringing those kind of people in as well. What else we got going on, Jay?
One more thing I want to mention. Tonight, we are going on the road for high school sports. We are going down to Davenport at Ridge Community High School. The 3 and 4 Bolts are hosting our very own South Lake Eagles varsity boys basketball team. We will be live at 7 o'clock tonight from Ridge Community. It will be on our Facebook page at TV South Lake, so feel free to share the game. Send it to the grandparents. Send it to your family. So we will be there and broadcasting that live. That will be the final game for the holiday season. We will be back in January with more boys and girls basketball from all 4 schools: South Lake, Lake Mineola, East Ridge, and Montverde Academy. And we may go on the road for a couple of those games, so those folks who are unable to attend or travel down to these other schools during the holiday season, don't worry, we got you taken care of.
You know, this is a great opportunity. One of the reasons we do the games, we stream the games. This is a great opportunity to support the kids if you can't make it to the game. You know, I always encourage you, if you can go, it's a very inexpensive ticket to go see a local sports game. You can see some really incredible athletes. We really don't have any teams here that are bad. You know, you'll see some great sports. And this is coming from a guy who doesn't know much about sports, but I love watching high school sports because you see people who are learning. They make mistakes, but they're really working hard, and they throw everything they have into it. But you can support your sports program. Sports is very important for the development of a young man or a young lady. But when we stream these things, this gives you a chance to support these kids if you can't make it.
And if I could drill down that on a little bit further, part of our agreement with being able to broadcast these games for the high schools is we actually give the high schools an opportunity to sell sponsorships to put commercials in the game. So if you can't actually physically go and support by buying a ticket, take some time and watch the game. The views help them sell sponsorship, it helps us sell sponsorship, and it helps support the programs in so many different ways that they haven't been able to do in the past, and helps extend their ability to do some more fundraising. So if you happen to see a game up there, spend some time, check it out, look at what the high school sports programs are doing. There's a lot of people behind it, between the administration, the athletic directors, the parents, the kids. There's a lot that goes on to make these games happen, and we're happy to be there and support them.
And, you know, on that same note, you know, a lot of local businesses want to support a team. You know, they do a sponsorship and they get a banner at the field. But if you sponsored that program through us, you could have your banner at every game for every school. And so this could be a good way to get a good bet. Now, I don't want to take anything from the schools. If you're spending money there already, keep spending it. But if you're thinking of doing something new, if you want to add on, if you're doing that and you'd like to know how to get into all the other schools for all the other games for every season, we have a sports program sponsorship. Call us. We can meet with you and work out the details. But this can be a great way to brand your business and support your local school and support a great bunch of students and become synonymous with supporting the community. So, all right. Well, I think that's it for today. If you know somebody that should be a guest on South Lake, even if it occurs to you during our break, don't feel bad for reaching out to me. I will still be working. We just won't be broadcasting. So I'd love to talk to you about that, and we'll get some more people on. We'll start next year with a bang. I just talked about sponsorship, so I'm not going to talk about that. I will remind you, there is greatness inside you. And just like our local Claremont PD is doing tomorrow, using their greatness to affect the world and bring out the greatness in others, you have that power. I dare you today, this weekend, this season, go out, use your greatness. to bring out the greatness in others, to spread a little Christmas cheer, to put some of the love that's in your heart out in your feet and walk it out. You will never regret it, and you just may change a life that changes the world. I am Joe Carlisle. This has been Joe Knows South Lake. I will see you tomorrow live from Target in the Claremont PD, and I love you. Bye-bye. My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe Knows South Lake. Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors.